Dear Mr. Galloway, I find myself in a position where I am in desperate need of your help. I've been afflicted with the dark shadows of my past. Tragedy has struck the Hakenstone family, and if I fear soon I will fall victim to the horrors of this place as well. I know writing to you at this time must be a hardship for you. You are a busy man, scarred man, back from the war, but in light of the friendship that you have shown me in the past, and especially the friendship that you have shown my family, I can turn to no one else. I am in desperate need of your help. Please, help me. Locate Hakenstone. Beautiful, isn't it? It was given to my sister Angelina as a gift from my father after coming back from a trip in Norway during World War II. Norway. That's where my family originally came from. Well, my adopted family. The Hakenstones. We were originally called Hakenstein back in Norway long ago, but then my family immigrated to America and the name gradually transitioned to an anglicized bastardization.
Why exactly did you contact us, Mr. Hakenstone?
A drink, gentlemen?
Oh, please.
So, I presume you have knowledge of the supernatural, Mr. Galloway. So, who's the man you brought with you?
My name is Paxton, Mr. Hakenstone.
Tell me, Mr. Paxton, do you share the same gift as your companion?
What do you mean by that?
Don't play stupid with me, Mr. Paxton. Can you see that which is unseen?
What? I don't understand.
Psychics is a truly interesting concept. Truly, Mr. Paxton. The idea that psychics were put upon this earth to protect the common man from the forces of supernatural evil. I've entertained such thoughts at a time or two, but to pen it all down and to sell it in the market for millions? Brilliant.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a concept. I'm not psychic. I just help people.
It must be difficult to exercise your gifts in a world based upon hard fact and rationality. And yet people fear most what they cannot see. And sometimes one is needed in order to combat that which cannot be seen. And that's precisely what I'm asking you to do, Mr. Galloway. Help me. Help me end my family's suffering.
Can you tell me exactly what's going on here?
Darkness. It all goes back to when my grandfather Alexander Hakenstone founded the Hakenstone estate. He and my grandmother both disappeared within the estate with no trace, as though they vanished into thin air. My father heard about the news and inherited the estate, but he originally wanted to leave Norway due to his conflict with the religion there. Although he became an atheist, he had an obsession with Norse mythology, and he thought the Hakenstone estate in America would be a good place for him to pursue his studies, being a nation of religious freedom and all. I first remembered one of my earliest memories of my father was when he would tell me and my sister Angelina of the story of the god Loki and his eternal punishment for slaying the god Balder. Loki was bound in the entrails of his 2 slain sons, while a snake hovered above him, dripping venom, causing him agonizing pain. Interesting stories, truly. However, my mother did not approve of my father's interests or the stories we were told. She was a very devout Lutheran who had devoted her entire life to serving the Lord, and she encouraged our entire family to follow her example. The first to disappear was my father, who at that time was writing his notes about his studies out in the lodges. We found no trace of him. The only thing left were his unfinished notes next to his glasses. It was like he had just vanished and had never existed. After that, I had no choice but to take care of my beloved sister. We were in the forest, Angelina and I. She loved that forest. My father gave it to her, had the groundskeepers maintain it and all. It was beautiful. We would go in there constantly. She always wanted to just run through there and play hide and go seek. It didn't matter how old we were. She would still play us if she was a child. Not a care in the world. One day Angelina decided to run off while we were walking through the forest. She yells and told me to count to 30. I decided to take a shortcut across the trail and go to the water hole where she always hides. When I got there, I could not find her.
You know the funny thing about those woods? Nobody has worked on them in years. My father had long fired the groundskeepers, most of them because of our ruined finances. Yet, to this day, they continue to look just as pristine, just as new, and just as well-maintained as they were in their heyday. Just as Angelina loved them. I need you, gentlemen, to help me stop this darkness. I've spent far too long holding on to what I have left, what little I have left, and yet I fear my time in this world is limited. So, Mr. Galloway, you in? Good. Shit!
Paxton, go grab the camera.
Angelina.
Think there's anything here? Think this is worth investigating?
There's definitely something here.
Angelina! I tried!
Christ, Galloway, where the hell were you?
Where the hell were you, Galloway?
I was out in the lodges. Found this.
What's this?
Hakenstone's journal. Why are we here?
That journal you found had a lot of mentions of this water hole. Strange things happening through the years. I figured this would be a good place to come and check out.
Let me tell you why I think this place is unsafe, Paxton. For the longest time, I thought whatever was here only attacked, the family. But I noticed that Mr. Hakenstone obviously was not Norwegian. Which makes me believe that this thing can also attack us.